Once upon a time, deep in the deserts of Egypt, under the scorching sun and the watchful gaze of the pyramids, there existed a secret so well hidden it baffled the greatest minds for thousands of years. It all started in the golden land of ancient Egypt. One day, when the sun god Ra was high in the sky, a child was crowned pharaoh at just 9 years old. He took the throne with the weight of a nation on his tiny shoulders. His name was Tutankhamun, but to the millions he ruled over, he was simply the boy king. At the tender age of 9, he found himself at the helm of a kingdom that was anything but tranquil. You see, before Tutankhamun's rise to the throne, his father, Akhenaten, had shaken the foundations of Egyptian religion. He'd banned the worship of the old gods like Ra and Amen, replacing them with Aten, the sun disk. It was a bold move that left temples abandoned and priests stripped of their power. The kingdom was in chaos, and the people yearned for balance. And who better to restore that balance than a child king with the heart of a ruler and the innocence of a child? Tutankhamun tried his best. He brought back the worship of Amun, appeased the angry priests, and tried to mend the broken kingdom. But let's be honest, he was just a kid. Real power was in the hands of his advisors, men like I and General Horemheb, who pulled the strings from the shadows, guiding the boy king with their vast experience. Tutankhamun, with his youthful enthusiasm, set about restoring order to the kingdom. He moved the capital back to Thebes, re-established the old religious practices, and made every effort to heal the wounds of the past. Despite his advisors' guidance, it was clear that the young pharaoh's heart was in the right place. He ruled for just 9 years, a fleeting 9 years that saw him transform from a wide-eyed child into a young man shouldering immense responsibility. At 18, his journey came to a sudden halt. He died unexpectedly, leaving the kingdom in shock. No one knows exactly why. Was it an accident? Was it murder? Was it the lingering effects of his father's radical religious reforms? The mystery remains unsolved, adding another layer to the enigma that is Tutankhamun. In the immediate aftermath, his advisors wasted no time in securing their own positions. I, who had been acting as regent during Tutankhamun's illness, ascended to the throne. As for Nefertiti, her fate remains a mystery, lost to the sands of time. The young king was quickly forgotten, not because his legacy was any less significant, but because his tomb was sealed hastily, then lost to the shifting sands of time. It was a final act of concealment that no one could have predicted. For over 3,000 years, the tomb remained hidden until one fateful day in 1922, when British archaeologist Howard Carter made a discovery that would shake the world. Imagine the scene. You're a seasoned archaeologist who's spent years unearthing Egypt's secrets. You've uncovered countless artifacts, but nothing could have prepared you for what lay behind that unassuming doorway in the Valley of the Kings. Behind it, nestled in the darkness, was the greatest archaeological find in history, Tutankhamun's tomb, untouched, pristine, as if the sands of time had been held back just to preserve it for this moment. It was a miracle of preservation and a testament to the enduring legacy of the boy king. As the news of the discovery spread, the world stood still. People from all corners of the globe tuned in, eager to hear more about this remarkable find. The newspapers ran front pages, each vying to be the first to bring the latest updates from the dig site. But then something strange, something inexplicable began to happen. The people involved in the discovery started dying one by one. It was as if the tomb itself was taking its secrets to the grave, determined to keep its secrets safe from prying human eyes. Lord Carnarvon, the man who had funded the dig, died weeks after the announcement. They say he was bitten by a mosquito, a simple, tragic end for such a significant figure. But if you ask those who knew him, they'll tell you his death was anything but ordinary. Then there was his dog, who howled incessantly before its untimely demise, as if sensing the darkness that lurked beneath the sands. It died the same night, as if the shadow of the curse had fallen upon it too. More deaths followed, each one adding fuel to the fire. Sudden illnesses, freak accidents, whispers of divine retribution. Coincidence, or something darker? The newspapers latched onto these deaths, weaving tales that would send shivers down your spine. It was as if the tomb was a Pandora's box, releasing ancient evils into the modern world. The articles screamed of a curse that had lain dormant for centuries, waiting for its moment to strike. They called it the Curse of the Pharaohs, a curse that whispered from the pages of ancient texts, promising swift retribution to those who dared disturb the slumber of the dead. One article in particular sent shockwaves around the world. It spoke of an ancient warning carved on the walls of the tomb, a warning that threatened death to those who dared disturb the eternal rest of the pharaohs. "Death shall come on swift wings to him who disturbs the king," the inscription read, its words echoing through the corridors of time. Could this be the curse everyone was so afraid of? For a while it seemed like the curse cast a long shadow over the dig site. Every cough, every fever, every accident was seen as a new manifestation of the curse. Fear became a constant companion at the dig site, seeping into the dreams and waking hours of those involved. The world watched with bated breath, waiting for the next casualty of the curse. Would it claim another life, or perhaps spare the remaining members of Carter's team? But here's where the story takes an unexpected twist. Howard Carter, the man who had unearthed the tomb, lived for years after the initial flurry of deaths. In fact, many on his team lived long lives, casting doubt on the validity of the curse. Yet the story didn't end there. Hollywood jumped onto the narrative, producing movie after movie that cemented the curse of the pharaohs in popular culture. Books were written, legends were spun, and the public's fascination grew. Some argued the deaths were a mere coincidence, a random occurrence that had been blown out of proportion by a sensationalist press. Others saw evidence of a genuine curse, a curse that transcended time to exact its revenge on those who disturbed the peace of the dead. Perhaps the truth lies somewhere in between, a blend of coincidence and the human tendency to find patterns in randomness. After all, human curiosity has no bounds. Imagine being a reporter in Edwardian England. Every story you write can become a front-page headline, and the more dramatic, the better. Suddenly you have a story that seems straight out of an adventure novel, a curse that's killing people. What do? You report it, of course, and in doing so, you fan the flames of fear and intrigue. In the end, the curse of the pharaohs became a cultural touchstone, a symbol of the mysteries that lie beneath the sands of Egypt. It became a part of popular culture, referenced in books, movies, and TV shows. Even if the curse wasn't real, it captured the world's imagination. It showed us our fascination with the unknown and our desire to believe in something bigger than ourselves. Today, we look back at the curse of the pharaohs and smile. We know it's just a story. But at the time, it gripped the world and showed us the power of belief. So was the curse real? Some say it was, pointing to the strange deaths at the dig site. So others say it was just a clever bit of storytelling, a way to make a sensationalist story even more dramatic. But here's the thing, it doesn't really matter. Whether the curse was real or not, it became a part of history. It's a reminder that sometimes the most interesting stories are the ones that blur the line between fiction and reality. And that's the story of the boy king, Tutankhamun, whose life was cut short and whose death was shrouded in mystery. He left behind a legacy of unanswered questions and a tomb that unleashed a curse that captivated the world. Whether you believe in curses or not, one thing is certain: Tutankhamun's story will live on in the annals of history. A tale of a boy king, his cursed tomb, and the enduring allure of ancient Egypt.